I want to leave you with a little story, since today is Valentine's Day. Flowers and candy, red hearts and romance. That's what Valentine's Day is all about, right? Actually, I'd like to give you the origin of Valentine's Day, since this is Valentine's Day. And the origin of it really isn't that romantic. This is a story of Saint Valentine. Valentine was a Catholic priest. Do you know that? He was a Catholic priest. And he was a priest around 250 AD, a long time ago, when the church was being persecuted by the Romans. And there was an emperor who was in charge there, and he had an edict, and he prohibited marriage because he didn't want the young men in his army to be married, because he found out that when they were married, they didn't fight as well as the men that were married or unmarried. So he prohibited marriage for young people. But being a Catholic priest and knowing the sacredness of marriage, he did encourage young men and women to get married. So that presented a problem in the church. And again, he encouraged people to marry, and he secretly married people despite this edict. Well, Valentine was eventually caught, imprisoned, and tortured for marrying people. There was a man who was supposed to judge him in line with the Roman law. And he had a daughter that was blind. And Valentine was supposed to have prayed for this young daughter of this Roman official. And this young girl was healed. And when this Roman official saw that, he was so impressed by Father Valentine that he converted to Christianity. But in the year 269, Valentine was sentenced to a 3-part execution. He was beaten, stoned, and decapitated because of his stand for Christian marriage. And the story goes that he wrote a letter to this young daughter that was healed from her blindness. And he wrote on a note. And the very end of the note, he signed it, "From your Valentine." So that's how the tradition, "From your Valentine." So Valentine stood up for what he believed no matter what, and even was martyred for it. He died in 269 AD. In 496, a pope set aside February 14th to honor Saint Valentine. And since then, he was known as the patron saint of lovers. Cool. So, Saint Valentine.